right, there's the finished product. And so I ended up putting 6 half-inch anchor bolts down into the concrete. Seems to be holding it pretty good. I've only really had one full day's use out of this so far, but everything seems to be great so far. I don't see any cracks in my welds. Anchors are holding. So we ended up going with an electrical foot switch. I ended up with 8 sets of skateboard wheels on there for the guides, and it seems to do really well. And there's the anvils when they're closed. They line up really well. Everything looks good there. On-off switch. So we've always got, when it's plugged in, I've always got power to my 24 volt power supply. When I push this start button, it just allows power to go from the 24 volt power supply through the foot switch to the solenoid valves. So my on-off switch, it's just controlling my 24 volt power, not my 110 volts. I ended up finding this little relay on Amazon. It's a little programmable relay. It's just simple. It has a bunch of time settings, and it's got 10 different functions on it. And I found a function on there that just turns it on and off. So as soon as I apply input voltage, it just turns on and off with a timer. I've got it set right now to about 0.3 of a second. So it fires every 0.3 of a second, and it's fully automatic. So all I have to do is hold down the foot switch. It sends voltage to that relay, timer kicks in, and it goes into full auto. And I can adjust that a little bit one way or the other. But it's pretty cool because the piston doesn't even go all the way up. It goes up partially, it fires again, comes back down. So it makes it a lot more efficient, a lot less violent. I've been running this on 40 PSI on my regulator. I don't have the air plugged in right now, but and my valves. I've got my quick blow-off valves on my cylinders to allow that exhaust to escape rapidly, and we get a good rapid fire on these cylinders. And yeah, it's looking great. I'm gonna show you a video of us pounding some hot metal on this, but it's turned out great. Okay, so I got some help recording for me today, my daughter, and I turned this up to 60 PSI. We're going to see what it does. I already showed you the programmable relay that I added to it. I'm just going to flatten out a railroad spike real quick here, just so you guys can see how it does. So let's get after it. Go.
just a few seconds, and we've already got it almost half of what it was before. So you can see it's pretty powerful. I can turn the air pressure down. I'll turn it back down to 40. I feel like 60 is a little bit violent, so we're just going to show you what 40 psi is. Even at 40 psi, it does well enough, and I feel like it's not going to shake the machine apart. I can also adjust how fast it hits, and I'll show you that in a second. And I think you can, by adjusting how fast it hits, you can make it hit harder too, by making it take longer between strokes. So I'm going to throw this back in the fire. I'll adjust this down. We'll show you that. Okay, so the timer, the programmable relay, is right here. So you have 3 settings on this. I don't know if you can get a close-up of that, but there's right here we're set on 1 second, and then you have a percentage. So right now we're set at almost 20%, so that's like 0.2 of a second. I'm going to turn it up to 30%, which is about 0.3 of a second, and I'll show you that. All right, watch out, River. As you can see, that's hitting a lot harder because it has a longer stroke. Okay, one last thing here. I turned it down to 1/10 of a second on the timer. I'm just going to show you what that does. So just in a short amount of time, that's my boy River. In just a short amount of time, we were able to draw that out quite a ways. So pretty cool. I'm really happy with the way it's functioning. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my forge, and we'll talk about it a little more. Well, there it is. I hope that you guys were able to get something useful out of this video, and there's proof that all of you, anybody can make one of these. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I mean, if you've got some good welding skills and some basic fabrication skills, I think anybody can do a project like this. And I've got to start practicing on some Damascus. I think I need to work on my forge a little bit. I'm not sure that I'm getting hot enough to bring metal up to a welding temperature, and I'm just getting started in this. But that is my goal, is to do some Damascus steel and start making knives. I've made a few knives before. I've forged a couple of knives, but I'm no bladesmith for sure. This is all new to me, but I really enjoy this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and my brother he's been wanting to do this for a long time. He's actually the one that kind of put the bug in me. He had a charcoal forge that he built, and that's what we started out with. And you know, we'll see where it goes. But I think it's going to do pretty good. I turned it back down to 40 psi on the air pressure. I feel like going higher than that is just, there's no need for it. It's just going to tear it up. It hits plenty hard enough at 40 psi. If I need anything bigger than that, I guess I'm going to have to build a bigger power hammer. But like I said, most of the stuff I bought online. I went to a local steel supplier, got all my metal. My inspiration from this was from Josh Delisle, so check out his YouTube channel. He's a pretty cool guy, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen a lot of other designs. I could have went a million different ways building a power hammer, but I just liked this. I thought it was cool because it's so compact. I mean, I've got an 8-foot ceiling in this garage, and you know, it fits in here just fine. It doesn't have a big footprint. It takes up little space, and then with all the adjustability I've got in this, I'm really happy with the way that adjustable relay turned out. I mean, that just made it that much better. When I first started building it, my plan was just to control the hammer with the foot pedal. Every time I hit it, it would go down, let off, it would go back up. That was the idea. I didn't like the way that was going. I just felt like it was still too violent. When I let off it would come up, and, you know, it just comes up hard when it comes up all the way. And I really like the fact that I can set that timer so that it's just doing a partial stroke. It uses less air, and it's easier on the machine, and I think it's just gonna be awesome. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, this series of videos, please hit the subscribe button and give me a like, and I'll still keep trying to publish more videos, and they may not always be forging related, but I have a lot of hobbies, but I need to kind of try to find one to stick to, and I really like forging, bladesmithing, so I think we're going to be doing a lot of that. So thanks, you guys, and we'll see you later.